Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. And joining me right here is Alyssa Marie Coon. Hey, Alyssa, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good. So, kind of tell us, how would you get your start in music?
So basically, ever since I was like super young, I think like two, I actually watched The Wizard of Oz, and my parents noticed that I could never stop singing any of the songs from there. Like I knew them all by heart at a really young age. So they proceeded to, when I turned 6, put me in piano and singing lessons, and I was trained classically in piano, and so ever since then, I started singing and now I'm here.
What is one thing that you most enjoy about music?
I love how you could tell a story in a song or just anything you play or sing or anything. You're always able to tell a story.
If you could do a duet with any singer, who would you choose and why?
That is a hard one. I think I would have to say probably Taylor Swift, and that's just because she's an absolute icon, and obviously I love her. She's like probably my all-time favorite artist. Besides Taylor Swift, probably Miley Cyrus.
Do you have someone or something that inspired you to start writing your music and singing?
Yes. So I always loved singing and music and everything, but when I started watching Danielle Bradbury perform on The Voice, she actually really inspired me to start singing country music, especially just because she was a lot like me. I was very shy and I had never really performed in front of anyone, and either had she, but she actually won The Voice, which was crazy. So I found myself to have a lot in common with her. So she really inspired me.
Where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Alyssa Marie Coon, Facebook and Twitter at Alyssa Marie Coon Music.
What advice would you give someone that might want to start singing?
I would tell them to never give up and basically just do what their heart tells you to do, and just keep going.
Do you have any new singles or any upcoming projects that we can look forward to?
I do actually. This Friday, October 1st, I have a new single releasing called Put It Down. It will be on all music platforms if you want to check it out.
What does a typical day look like for you? And I know you were just telling me that Wednesdays are hectic, so I'm excited to see what you say about that.
Yes. Okay. So I am actually a high school student. I'm a junior in high school, so I attend high school. So Monday through Friday, obviously, I go to school I get there at 7, I leave at 3. So every single
Mhm.
day. After that, I usually have something to do with music. If it's a co-write, a vocal lesson, any kind of lesson, practicing an interview. Wednesdays for me, I have a vocal lesson. Then I go straight to rehearsal. Then I come home and do any homework that I have. And usually, since I'm in um, a lot of they do this thing in Florida called ACE classes and like AP
Mhm.
classes and everything.
Uh-huh.
I have a ton of homework, so that's basically how that goes. My weekends look like gigs. I always try to see my friends on the weekends too because I love my friends. Um, yeah, this weekend I'm performing at Old Red Orlando and Tin Roof Delray Beach in my area. So
That's awesome.
thank you.
You're welcome. What are your hobbies and interests outside of music?
That's a tough one. I don't really have any. I don't think I really have any. Well, hobbies or interests. I do a little bit of boxing and kickboxing, which I'm really into recently because it's super fun and it's a great way to get any stress out or anything. Just going to that class. So I guess that's one thing. But besides music, it's really nothing.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Um, I want to see myself to continue doing music and just get better at everything I'm doing right now. To continue writing and playing shows and everything too. So
If you could go open a show for any artist, who would you choose and why? Hard one.
that is a really hard one. No one's ever asked me that before. I have to say Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift or Kelsey Ballerini, just because I've been huge fans of them from the start, and they both have a way of really telling stories through their music as um, Kelsey and Taylor. So I feel like that I just feel like that would be so awesome, and I look up to them so much as artists too. So
What is one message that you would like to give your fans or anyone listening?
I want to tell them to never give up doing anything that they love. Just keep going. Every day's a new day, and you can always make the day better by doing something that you love.
What is the best piece of advice another musician has ever given you?
Well, the last time I was in Nashville, I actually ran into Carly Pierce at my
Oh,
hotel.
wow. Mhm.
And so, my mom and I were walking into the hotel, and we ran into her, and we were talking for like 15 minutes just about like how she was doing the same thing as me, traveling back and forth to Nashville with her mom. And she just told me basically to never give up on following my dreams and just keep doing it. If I really love what I'm doing, to just keep doing it. And I think like it meant so much, especially coming from her, because she's another artist that I look up to like extremely. So that's something that I'll never forget hearing.
Mhm. Mhm. Is there anything that I forgot that you'd like to share with us today?
Nothing that I could think of. Just make sure to check out my new single coming out on Friday, October 1st.
Awesome. And also, do you play any instruments?
I do. I play a couple different percussion instruments, but mostly drums, piano, guitar, and ukulele.
Well, that's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What skills have you learned that help you when you're singing?
Like musical skills.
Yes. Mhm.
I mean, many different ones. I wouldn't say like one in particular. It kind of depends on like my range and how I like to warm up that day, I guess, however my voice is feeling.
Mhm. Describe your creative process while creating new music.
Well, this is a question that I get a lot. I have no specific process. It kind of happens differently each song just by the way I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of math class and like something will pop up in my head and I'll write it down. And obviously that's not something that I can control and write a song with my guitar at the moment, but I could always try to connect lyrics. Or if I'm just sitting in my room playing guitar and I find some guitar melody that's like super interesting and I want to write a song, I could always piece stuff together like that.
Mhm. Have you ever done any music competitions?
I have in the past. Those aren't really something that I like to participate in just because it's just not
Mhm.
for me. I props to everybody that does them. It's just not really for me. It's not something that I'm really passionate about doing, but I think that they're awesome.
I totally agree with you. Well, if that's all you have, that's all I got for you today. So I just want to say a huge thank you to Alyssa Marie Coon for joining me right here on the Kane Gordon Show today's Best Country Mix. We truly appreciate your time to talk to us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.